Okay, so next let's talk about temperaments. There are different types of temperaments in the Myers-Briggs type indicator. There's the NFs, the NTs, the SPs, and the SJs. And these types will all have something in common. So let's take a little bit more of an in-depth look at what this means. And I want you to try to figure out which one you think fits you the most. Are you one of these Myers-Briggs types? Then you are a censor-judger. We call this the SJ temperament. When I think of SJs, what comes to mind is their strong work ethics and how focused they are on their duties and responsibilities. They are the rule followers, the law abiders, and believe in respecting the rights of others. They want organizations and the people in them to be responsible. They operate based on common sense, not what could possibly be true. They follow rules and conventions and expect everyone else to do so as well. The SP temperament. Are you one of these Myers-Briggs types? Then you are part of the SP temperament. SPs are open-minded and laid back. They're drawn to things in life like creating, crafting, or athletics. Focused on enjoying the present moment, they are open to the future, believing life is a series of risks and events, not delving as much into the deeper meaning of things. Enjoying living life spontaneously, they seek stimulation and trust their impulses. They want to make an impact on others. They like to be playful and active, not bored. They avoid learning opportunities that are not interesting and like to show learning through actions. They don't like to be constrained and can feel stressed out when they are bored or their spontaneity is stifled. Are you one of these MBTI types? Then you are an intuitive thinker, which means that you are part of the NT temperament family. NTs are excited about anything new. They feel energized by new projects or new problems that need to be solved. They will disregard rules if it gets in the way of them achieving a goal. They picture in their mind a clear outcome and sift out things that don't make sense. They seek as much knowledge as possible so they can create effective long-term plans as they think through the steps for achieving them. They've been characterized as having a tough-minded personal style, oscillating between attaining power or a deeper understanding. Words that describe them are ambitious, determined, strong-willed, and intelligent. They do not make decisions based on subjective emotions. They are very driven and put in hard work to accomplish their goals. Are you one of these Myers-Briggs types? Then you are part of the intuitive feeler family. We shorten this to the NF temperament. NF's focus is on their hopes and what is possible for other people. They're very conscientious and aim to reach goals without compromising on what they deem ethical. In fact, they are guided by and devoted to their code of ethics. There's always this search for self, a quest to uncover who they are and how they can become their best self possible. They continuously seek ways to improve themselves and gain knowledge which entices their imagination. They enjoy helping others gain self-awareness too. They believe in the basic goodness of the world and the people in it. They care deeply about the misfortune and suffering of people. They take life on as a journey to find deeper spiritual knowledge. So next I'm going to briefly describe each of the 16 personality types. ESTJ. When I think of ESTJs, I think of leaders. They like to bring things into a logical order, and they will work hard to complete one task so that they can get to the next task and the next task, and they like to complete things. They take their responsibilities very seriously, and they believe that other people should too. The next type is the ESFJ. When I think of ESFJs, I think of the hosts and the hostesses of the world. They're very, very good at that. And they bring a warmth to whatever they do. They're very good at organizing the world around them and getting things done. The next one is the ISTJ, and their motto is doing what should be done. They are very committed to the people and the organizations that they're connected to. They take their work very seriously and they believe that other people should as well. So here's the prayer that goes with that MBTI type. Lord, help me to relax my focus on insignificant details, even though any of them might cause significant problems later. But let us begin this tomorrow at 8:31:04 a.m. The next one is the ISFJ. The ISFJ's motto is a high sense of duty. They feel a responsibility for what needs to be done. Taking action in practical ways is important to them, and they're highly dependable. They bring a quiet warmth, are dependable, and take their work seriously. The next type is the ESTP. ESTP's motto is the ultimate realist. When I think of an ESTP, I always think of the comedians and the storytellers. They are excited by new challenges and new activities. They have a great sense of how objects, events, and how people work. They're typically very energetic, realistic, and adaptable. The next personality type is the ESFP. Their motto is, you only go around in life once. They get really excited to be involved in new relationships and new activities. They also have a deep caring for people, and they show their caring with warm gestures and helping people. They like to experience their life. They're not really into judging it or trying to organize it. The next type is the ISFP, and when I think of them, I think of fun. They are a little bit of a quieter type, but they still like to have fun. So they see a lot, but they share little. So this type cares deeply for people, and they have a quietly playful side to them. And they usually have an adventurous approach to life. They show that they care in very practical ways, and they may not express their warmth, though, very openly. But they're adaptable, they're spontaneous, and they're considered a free spirit. The next type is the ISTP. And by the way, there are a lot more extroverted types than there are introverts. So probably 75% of people are extroverts and 25% of people are introverts. So sometimes introverts are not very understood, but we sure do need them in our society. They do a lot of awesome and incredible things. So the next one, again, is the ISTP. When I think of ISTPs, I think of people who are very good at fixing things. They're good at mechanics. If something breaks down, they're good at figuring it out. They seek to understand how things work and are natural troubleshooters. They like variety and have a spontaneous, playful side. So the next type is the ENTJ. When I think of ENTJs, I think of natural leaders. They can't help it. They have to lead. They cannot not lead. So ENTJs like to analyze things and bring logical order to the world. And that includes events, people, and things. They prefer a world that is structured and organized. The next type is the INTJ. When I think of INTJs, I think of them as the most independent types. The motto for an INTJ is everything has room for improvement. They have a natural ability to take systems, actually to create systems and to look at things and organize them in a more systematic way. They can also see things that can be improved upon or made better. Now let's look at the ENTP. ENTP's motto is one exciting challenge after another. So if you know any ENTPs, you know that they are coming up with lots and lots and lots of ideas that they want to try. They look for patterns and meaning in the world. They usually have a deep need to analyze and understand and know the nature of things. They're usually enthusiastic, energetic people who lead very spontaneous and adaptable lives. So the ENT prayer goes like this. Lord, please help me follow our established procedures today. On second thought, I'll settle for a couple of minutes. The next type is the INTP. INTPs have a love for problem solving. When I think of INTPs, I think of who was the inventor of the cell phone and who created all these little details and nuances. They can kind of go into an inner world of their own and come up with incredible, incredible things. They're very intelligent. They want to make sense of the world. They're logical, analytical, and detached in their approach to the world. The INFJ. Sometimes people look at this type as a little psychic. Sometimes things just come to them and they have this sort of knowing. Can't wait to explore this one a little bit more on another video. So what is the motto of an INFJ? They're usually an inspiration to others. They have a deep concern for people and relationships. They like creative expressions, and issues of the spirituality and human development are really important to them. They're naturally drawn to the inner world of people and their concerns. They're very curious about helping people. ENFPs. One thing about ENFPs that I always notice is they're warm, they're friendly, they always draw you in very easily and put you at ease very quickly. They get excited about getting to be involved with things on a continuous basis, and especially if it's anything new, whether it's ideas or people or new activities. They also experience a deep concern for people as well, and they're very energetic, enthusiastic, especially towards people, and they like to live a spontaneous and adaptable lives. So here's the prayer that fits them. God, please help me to keep my mind on one. Oh, look, a butterfly. ENFJ. Kiersey called ENFJs a smooth-talking persuader, and something interesting about him, he was actually an INTP and he was married to an ENFJ. So I guess he would have really good insight into what an ENFJ looks like, right? So ENFJs are very consciously aware of other people and often move into the actions when it comes to caring for other people. They like to organize the world around them and to get things done. They're also very, very intuitive, so they size up people very well. They know people very well. It's almost like they kind of walk around in people's heads and kind of know what they're thinking in an interesting way. So I can't wait to explore this one a little bit more as well. And the last one is the INFP. They're very service-oriented or very into people. They're quietly warm, but you can tell that there's a deep caring nature about them. Mother Teresa was an INFP, at least I think so. They have a deep felt caring and idealism towards people. They experience this intense caring when they're in relationships with people, but they can also feel that same way about different projects that they're passionate about, or maybe they're going on a mission trip and they're really into that, so they can care deeply about whatever they're involved in. They're naturally drawn to ideas that concern human potential. So I hope that looking at different pieces of the Myers-Briggs type indicator gave you some clues to which one you are. So now that you've explored it, I want you to look up the letters that you think you are, like an ESTJ, an ISTJ, an ENFP, an ENFJ. Look up that combination on the internet and you'll find tons of descriptions of that type. That's going to give you a deeper analysis. I will be doing more videos on each individual type to give you a more in-depth look from my perspective and what I've learned over many years of studying. So definitely hit the subscribe button so you can check back and see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to do that every couple of weeks, put something new out as far as Myers-Briggs types indicator. I usually put my videos out on Mondays, and I also, being a counselor, explore other topics that can help you and people that you know as well. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and see you next Monday. Bye!